Saturday evening. Let's go ahead and go over the last week's problems because the weather was bad here in central Iowa. Wow, the weather was so cold, like -30. Whew. So today was like 30 degrees, and we were happy for that. So hats off for that. But welcome to the program. It's Saturday Night Live. Let's go. It's Merle on the move, and came in with some new music from that's that 2 Chainz and 4-2 Doug. And then I played a little Roddy Ricch and Jamie Foxx. So I got a lot of new music I'm gonna play tonight. I'm gonna get it cracking. I'm gonna go over some update scores and what's going on in the around in the world. The Cowboys are doing what they're supposed to do. In week 18, the first time the NFL has had 18 weeks in football. Every year the football season gets bigger and bigger. It's more money. It's dominating. So Cowboys won. The Kansas City Chiefs won. They beat the Denver Broncos earlier today. The Rams play tomorrow. Like I said last week, remember I said last week that the Rams would beat Baltimore, and we did. And I said, and I was hoping that the Cowboys would beat the Cardinals, but they didn't. Kyler Murray put that beat down on them in the Texas Stadium. He's undefeated. He's always won in the Texas Stadium. So, yeah, Cowboys dropped the ball. Disappointed me. But they won today. Who cares? They already was in the playoffs. They beat the Eagles. The Eagles didn't even play their starting quarterback. They put the beat down 30-17 right now. So, else in sports, the Lakers. The Lakers won yesterday. I watched the Lakers play. Who were they playing yesterday? Can't remember who they was playing, but they won. It was a away game too, I think. No, it was a home game. It was in L.A. But yeah, LeBron had a great game. There's a lot of famous people in the crowd. So it was shout out to the Lakers. You know, we're gonna see Russell Westbrook, still Russell Westbrook. So I think they're 2 games above 500. I did order that jersey though. Shout out to that LeBron jersey, that new colorway, that purple. I don't forget what color purple it is, but it's dope. It's my cake days coming up real quick. Else in sports? Anything else in sports? I don't really think nothing else going on in sports that I really want to talk about. Antonio Brown, y'all want to talk about that? We can talk about Antonio Brown doing what he did, taking his jersey off and walking off the field. Said he was hurt. I don't know. I really don't care. I really don't care. He's a grown man. Whatever situation is, his situation. I'm not gonna pass judgment on that man. So, you got the college championship. You got Georgia and Alabama gonna be playing the national championship for collegiate football. Should be a good game. I'll watch it. Super Bowl is going to be February 13th. They're talking about because of the new variant. There's so many different variants of this new corona, COVID, whatever name you want to call it, going on out there. But they're saying that, now I told y'all a couple weeks ago, the Super Bowl is going to be in the Rams Stadium, Rams/Charger Stadium. But because of the California laws, California restrict, I ain't mad at them though, that they may move the Super Bowl to Texas, to the Cowboy Stadium. If it seems like every winter that this is COVID, it's here to stay, right? I'm talking about that later on. They talking about a 4th shot. I'm talking about that later on in the show. So yeah, that's what's going on in sports. I'm gonna go ahead and move past that and go into this entertainment because probably gonna get done with the show a little bit earlier today than normal. Because I'm trying to see what's going on, and anyway, I'll talk about that later. I'll tell you. I meant to go to this thing that's going on with some politicians here for Iowa here somewhere in Ames. I think it was on Main Street, I think, and I meant to go to that today, so I did. I'm kind of upset I missed that. Forgot about it. Entertainment. So you got a new series called Boba Fett. If you watched Disney series that was out. What was that one called? I forgot what that one was called, but it was like a Boba Fett series, but I forget what that was called. But it was more about Yoda and the little Yoda Jedi character. But Boba Fett, this is about the backstory of Boba Fett, the bounty hunter, and how he became who he is, and how he defeated Jabba the Hutt, and all that. So they got 2 episodes out. I watched 1 and I watched 2. Great. 1 was kind of Number 2 was good. Check that out. Also, the new series on Showtime called Yellow Jackets. I've seen some people on social media talking about it. It's a series called Yellow Jackets. It's really good. 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 It's like 8 episodes, I think. It's really good. Not gonna give you the whole situation, but it's you gotta watch it. It's some famous people in it. Christina Ricci's in it. A couple other famous people. You have to pay attention because it goes back between like what happened years ago and who they were and to who they are now. It's really dope. Check it out if you can. Highly recommend it. I didn't really watch any new movies this week. Just a series is pretty much all I've been watching. It's another series, a black series, comedy series. It's called I think it's on ABC. Something about teachers or something like that. I don't know what it's called, but I think I'm gonna watch that too. I'll give you more perspective on that next week. Oh, the show that I was gonna tell you guys about last week was called Euphoria. Euphoria is coming back. That's the show that has what's the girl's name? Zoe, is it? Nah, I just thought her name is Zoe. I don't know. But anyway, Euphoria. That's a show that's coming back. It's on HBO, so I'll be checking that out too. Anything else? I don't think so. I'm gonna play another song or two when I come back. I'm gonna talk about this Corona, and I'm gonna talk about Joe Biden when he came out, because you know the January 6th thing happened a couple of days ago, and Donald Trump, was going to do a rally or a speech or something. He canceled it. So Joe Biden took upon himself for him to do a press conference, and he straight up ripped into Trump. You know what I'm saying? He went in. He was mad. He went in on Trump. It didn't seem like old Joe that day. He seemed like fired up Joe. Well, she'd be fired up on some other things, Joe. Anyway, it's Merle on the Move. When I come back, I'm gonna talk about some music too. I'm gonna talk about some music, talk about some hot topics going on, entertainment, and then I'm gonna get into the social, political, what's going on, the variants going on in the world. It's Merle on the Move. Be right back. All right, party people, welcome back to the program. I am Merle on the Move. Let's go ahead and get started. So when I left off, I was doing the entertainment and what was going on, movies and TV shows. So music wise, I played that new 2 Chainz song. He got some new music. I'm a big fan of 2 Chainz. He got some new music coming out, and other music coming out. This is what I wanted to say. So I posted this. I made a post on Facebook, and I shared Nas. He had a concert. He did that song Ether. The song Nas when he was dissing Jay-Z. And that song is pretty. I mean, he really went at Jay. And Nas is considered top 2 in the top 5 conversation in most people's lists, right? He's definitely in top 5 in almost everybody's list, but he's usually top 2 in most people's lists. So if it was ever a verse, people talking about who could beat Jay-Z's verse, it'd be Nas. Nas is the only person that could beat Jay-Z in the verses. Nobody else could compare. No Lil Wayne, no. No, Lil Wayne and T.I. be better probably. Lil Wayne, no. T.I., no. 50 Cent, no. Nas, because they really had beef, if that's what you're trying to do, right? Even though they don't have beef now, they cool now. So also they got a warrant out for the person who killed, they saying, who killed Young Dolph. FBI looking for him or something like that. I don't know if they got him yet. But apparently he was a guy that associated with Young Dolph. It's pictures with him wearing a chain and pictures with Young Dolph. It's a shame. Anything else entertainment? I think that's all I got entertainment right now I can think about. Anyway, so the Grammys. This is my lead up to the Grammys. They have canceled the Grammys indefinitely. It was going to be at the end of the month because of COVID. COVID's changed a lot of things, a lot of different things. The CDC came out, was trying to say that changing the guidelines, saying if you do test positive for this new variant, that you should only have to isolate for 5 days instead of the 10 days, and if you test negative, you should be able to go back to work or whatever. And if you don't test negative, you should be able to wear a mask. So if you get the variant and you are positive and you quarantine for 5 days, and then you still don't test negative, you can still go out and about, just wear a mask. Like, I don't know. It's like the mismessaging. Now, I listen to the Breakfast Club a lot, and I know I talk a lot of stuff about Charlamagne the God. And the reason why I do that is because I feel that this man is a voice of the culture. A lot of people give him a lot of props, and he does a lot of things. He opened a lot of doors for a lot of people, a lot of real people too. Now, I ain't just talk about some, normal people. I mean, people that's for real, can put the coach forward. So I commend him for that. But because of that, I believe that he slighted his radio station obligations. Like I was listening to Charlamagne and Angela Yee was doing one of her segments, and Charlamagne wasn't paying attention. And Envy asked him, "Didn't you hear what she just said? Were you paying attention?" And he literally said, "No, I wasn't paying attention." So disrespectful to say that on the air. This is your coworker, you know, and I feel that was disrespectful. He also was listening to a guest. One of the guests called in, and while the guest was talking, Charlamagne yawned. He literally yawned on the air. That's disrespectful. He breaks all radio etiquette. And I guess he feels like that he can do that. He's been doing radio so long, they're syndicated, they you know, highly ranked. He's got all these other things going on. He feels like he can get away with it. You know, he's got these TV shows, book deals, you know, podcast network. He's doing a lot of stuff. And because of that, he's neglecting the radio. I hate to hear him talk sometimes. And then other people pacify him. They just call in and just give him all these praises. Charlamagne, you know, you done so much, woo, woo, woo. And he has. I ain't knocking what he's done. I'm talking about where he's at right now. The way he talks on the radio, he interrupts. Some of the stuff he says is like you're not thought through. It's like you have an opinion, but you're not educated on the opinion, Charlamagne. You're not. It's your feeling. You feel, you're emotional. You feel a certain way. So that's my rant about Charlamagne. Now back to the COVID situation. I'm confused also. I'm a person that's triple vaxxed. That means I've got my full vaccination, that's both shots, and then I went and got a booster shot. But now they're saying in this fall, you may have to get a fourth shot. I don't know. Because there's a lot of people that ain't got none of the vaccines and that has gotten COVID, right? Has gotten sick from COVID and then got over it and keep on living life and ain't got no vaccines and can still do everything that I do, okay? So me being vaccinated, I haven't gotten anything. I haven't gotten COVID though. Maybe that's it. I haven't got, knock on wood, likely. I haven't gotten sick. I'm one of the people that haven't got COVID. Okay, so maybe being on top of it is preventing me from getting it. But I know people that have gotten sick and saying that they had COVID and got over it and still doing things and they still can go, you know, do everything they're supposed to do. I know this mandate about jobs is coming out saying that if you're not vaccinated, that they've got 100 more employees that you can't work. I don't know that's going to happen. A lot of variance with that. I didn't know that you have to be tested, that you have to pay for the testing yourself. I know you had to be tested, but I didn't know you had to pay for it out your own pocket. I thought the companies had to pay for that. I thought the testing was free. But I'm finding out that a lot of the testing is not free. You actually have to pay for the tests. And I heard that the test is hard to find the tests. So what's going on? Is the government dropping the ball? Where's Kamala Harris? I said it again. I know she was talking a minute ago. She popped up and now she disappeared again. She was talking about what happened in the attack on the Capitol, January 6th, which I'm going to talk about here in a second. She talked about that for a second. But I don't see leadership. I don't see any real leadership in this country right now. None. I don't hear no rallying cries on anything, no issues. Black Lives Matter is a thing of the past. Blue Lives Matter is a thing of the past. You know, it's nothing going on to the next big thing, right? Nothing's going on in the world until the next big thing happens. And I don't want that to happen. I'm not one of the people looking for a headline or looking for something to talk about. But I just want some of the stuff that they talked about in the past that you got everybody hyped up about to come to fruition. I want some of these laws to pass. Even your Build Back Better plan. Your infrastructure bill, I ain't seen no effects of that. I seen that on the tax that if you have a Cash App or a Venmo account and you got over $600, that they have to report that to the government. So if you got over $600 coming in and out of your Venmo account, PayPal account, or Cash App account, you didn't have to report that. I think it was over $20,000 at some point. It used to be, but now starting this year, the government regulating that you have to report anything over $600. But they dangle stuff over here and then they get you over here, right? You're watching this hand, but they're getting you over here. It's magic. You know, tax dollars, man. Why are we even paying taxes? This government, this country is so rich that we shouldn't have to be paying taxes. None. No taxes. Some states don't pay taxes at all. But we should have to pay any taxes, period, point blank. This government has so much money. I know it because they gave us all them stimulus checks last year to stay home in 2020. Blink of an eye, bam, send them out. couple times, right? I hear a lot of people saying that Trump did a lot of stuff because they was happy that he gave stimmy checks and gave PPP loans and stuff. Man, come on. It's a hard world out there. Hard world. I don't know what's going on with the variant. I don't understand. I guess we're going down the same way. We have to live with it. This is the problem I have with the government. Everybody that I know of believe that the COVID is real. They don't believe in the vaccines. Okay, they don't believe in the vaccines, and I can get that. And I believe this is why they don't believe in the vaccines, because the government didn't keep it real because they didn't know what they was doing. Okay, first they came out and said if 70% of the country gets this vaccine and gets vaccinated, that we can beat COVID. We get rid of it, we knock it, we defeat it, we get back to normal, right? COVID will be a thing of the past. These are the words they use, and words matter. COVID will be a thing of the past. Now, because they didn't get to that goal, okay, I think we got like 68% or something like that. And, you know, people don't want the kids to get vaccinated, things like that. They're saying that, okay, we're going to have to live with it. It's a chance we're going to just live with this now. You got to just keep getting these booster shots. Where's this money coming? The government paying for these booster shots. They coming up with a pill too now. But the government paying for so the government is paying Moderna. The government is paying Pfizer for these vaccines, so we don't have to. Is that why it's still going on? Is this the new big pharma? The jab? So because Pfizer's getting paid for these vaccines. They're not getting no rebates and no deals. Pfizer and Moderna ain't making these vaccines. They don't need to talk about the Johnson & Johnson no more. Nobody brings that up no more. But they're not making these vaccines for free and just giving it to people. The government is buying these vaccines from, so they getting paid. Their stock is up. And now as if it's something that we're gonna have to live with forever, they stock is way up. They didn't big money. So I get the conspiracies. I get why people, because I'm not down to take a 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th shot. I'm not down to keep on getting this jab. It ain't even been a year. I done got this shot 3 times. It ain't even been 12 months. Think about that. Now, I feel like, and now, like I said, I know people that ain't got the shot at all. They still be able to. And then like me getting the shot allows me to keep my job or keep me making money or puts me in a different perspective in my health care. I'm just a normal person walking around with 3 shots. This vaccine in me that I really don't know much about. But what I done read and what I done heard. But still, I'm not a pharmacist. I'm not a scientist. Pharmacist, scientist. So, good news going on at the radio station. I did get a great email the other day that the radio station will be moving to our new location towards the end of this month. So I think the last week of this month will be the official move out date here at 410 Douglas Avenue. And we moving down the street. I forget the number, the address number. I'll give it to you next week. So it may be a week that I do a recorded show, so it won't be live because we're going to be moving. So it takes a while for us to get up and running again. Hopefully it won't be 2 weeks in a row. If it is, y'all stay tuned, stay tight, because you know I'm coming right back. And I ain't like the show to ever be over. I appreciate it because the show is really gaining ground, gaining traction. I appreciate all the listeners that listen in and call in, message me, check out the YouTube channel. I do appreciate it. And, yeah. So, also, let me go over this other stuff here going on in the world. So, COVID testing. How do you feel? It's a lot of people that get sick that don't even test themselves for COVID. A lot of people just feel like it's not serious. Like I said, I don't know what it is. So I'm playing another song when I come back. We're going to wrap it up. I'm going to wrap. Chuck D to Don't Stop comes up next. Y'all know that. I'm going to wrap up the show when it comes back. When it comes back. When I come back. And y'all stay tuned. It's Merle in the Moon.